And welcome back to Sorcery. We've just lost horribly to the assassin at our dice game and taken a nap. We got 9 stamina out of 19 and 3 gold. I don't know how to get more stamina back. It's very disappointing. It's so low, but we'll do what we can. See if we can buy some stuff. Oh, we got 2 more. Dawn breaks and you head downstairs. The inn looks like a whirlwind has passed through it. Chairs are turned over on top of tables, plates and flagons have been scattered around, and several patrons are passed out asleep on the floor. Pickpocket the bodies. Feel through the pockets of the first of the fallen drinkers, but either they spent everything they had or someone else had the same idea before you. No one seems to own as much as a silver or a gold. You pick your way across the bodies to the door and out into the street. I don't get a chance to eat breakfast here. No breakfast? As the sun breaks over the rooftops, the city looks clean and bright like a stone polished to a shine by a fast-flowing river. The effects last for a beautiful moment, and then the people begin to stir, opening their windows to throw out their slop, shouting and cursing at each other as they do so. Alright, time to look at my clues. 4 nobles know the spell. First noble is Sansa. He was the one in the morgue. Mulas is a living corpse. The order of the lines, from the highest to the lowest. Portal traps are circular. Right, the ritual, we've done that. So, I don't know where we're going to find Molas. And I need to find some light so I can go into the well, because that's where the goblins are that come raid us at night. And if I can get to their king, I have another chance to go down on the other side. I remember that. Well, let's see what we can do. Run right through the alleys and jump over houses. Buy breakfast. 2 gold pieces. We need some stamina, and I don't have anything else to do with my gold. Now we just wait. And cross the bridge. Alright, start moving. Which way? Fork in the road. In a corner, spring bubbles with fresh water. Oh, thank God we have full stamina! Ask for directions. Alright, so last time we went south and met the woman. This way, we're gonna go up here. Can we free the elf again? Follow a narrow winding street past shops and stalls. It is still early and they are not yet open, but there are stirrings from within the house as the day's activities begin. Face appears at one window and seems to watch you pass, although the creature's eyes are closed and you're not sure that it actually notices you. Wave. You wave, but it does not react. Its eyes are still closed. Another similar creature stands in a doorway across the street, washing themselves from a bucket. This one is thin and spindly with a long face. Not exactly human, not exactly elven, but something in between. You try to greet the washing creature, but it too has its eyes closed. Perhaps it is soaping its hair and doesn't want to sting its eyes. At the end of the road, under a low arch, a group of youths are loitering, talking and kicking stones into the gutter. They notice you and begin to point and talk amongst themselves. Look them over. You pause to look at them. They have their eyes closed, so somehow they have seen you. A group of children doesn't scare you. You continue down the street towards them. They fan out a little until they fill the width of the narrow road. Above you, shutters are closing, people moving away from the windows, as though, despite their eyes, they have seen a fight coming. Give me 6. Give me 6. You do not have 6. H, D, J, H, D, G, little g, little m. I can summon some goblins. I can do a dud. Let's give them some magic. Some dud. Let's give them some coins. Hey, money. You guys, you want some money? I'll give you some money. cast a spell flinging the street with gold and jewels and gems that glitter and sparkle in the morning light, but it's no good. Everyone here has their eyes closed and they see nothing. Right. I can't see. That was a dud. I could try the gack. Let's try that. Don't know if it's gonna work with their eyes closed, though. You slip the mask on and cast a spell. Despite not seeing you, the creatures begin to suddenly slouch and cower. They appear quite terrified. A moment later, one breaks away and runs off down the street, and the others follow. Nice! And no stamina. Lost. A short way along the street forks. A narrow alley heads right between narrow buildings, while the main road curves away out of sight towards a wooden cliff. The road or the side alley? Which way did I go last time? Neither. Side alley. Let's go get robbed from our whole 1 gold. Choose the side alley. Seems no one comes this way. The streets are empty. Look more closely. Dropping to your heels, you examine the street more closely. The cobbles are quite smooth, like the dry bones of a desert skeleton. It's as though every speck of dirt and grime has been picked clean. Interesting. You walk quickly. The road is too narrow to be safe, and the sooner you emerge from it, the better. Well, obviously, that's why I came down here, because it wasn't safe. You continue down the road, passing a large building on your left, with 2 large doors open into the alley. It seems strange, since any vehicle or machine requiring such a wide entrance would not be able to fit down the street. Looking through the doors, you see nothing but an empty space. The building, despite looking like a manor, has been entirely hollowed out. Presumably is a warehouse, but you cannot see anything inside. The floors and walls seem to shine. Let's go inside. You go inside and investigate more closely. The shine appears to be a thin layer of slime covering the walls and ceiling. Suddenly you hear a growling noise. It's coming from the street outside and getting closer. Hide. You waste no time and hurry further into the warehouse, hiding in the shadowy darkness in a far corner of the room. Growling grows closer. It is not the noise of a bear or troll, but more like the grumbling of a very hungry belly. You stay quiet in the far corner of the barn as a thick and heavy shape gathers in the doorway. Then the shape comes inside, blocking your view of the street entirely. In the dim light, you can just make out what it is. An enormous, gelatinous slime eater. You are now trapped in here. The enormous creature is coated in a thick ooze like the flesh of some rotten fruit. The slime eater is filling the warehouse. It is engorged with filth and mess of the streets of Karhe on which it must feed. We're hoping for a how. We're going to get our how. No, we're not. We're going to get a hot. Look for a way out. You look about yourself for some kind of exit, but the building has no doors and no windows. Even the walls seem solid and firm. Perfect. I have a dark spell that I haven't been able to use yet. Fog. Tell me I have a fog. It's a perfect place for a fog. Oh, you fucking kidding me. There's no Fs. HMPK. Kin. I have this gold-backed mirror. When did I get a gold-backed mirror? Let's try kin. Apparently this is a new item that I didn't know I had. Summon a replica creature. What was kid? Oh well. You hold up a mirror, and I've been suffocated by a slime eater. I'm going back in. We're gonna go kill this thing. He might have eaten something useful. So, my only options are the pebble or the fireball. Guess we'll try the pebble. Pop! You cast a spell over the pebble and it begins to glow and throw with heat. It will explode in moments. Throw it at the creature. Throw it at the balls. Throw it at the creature! Toss the pebble at the creature's side. It strikes and disappears inside the fleshy slime with a pop. A moment later, the slime eater burps loudly, but nothing else results. It's filling the warehouse. don't think I can kill it. You draw your sword intending to kill the creature, but it's so large. It appears a toothpick. The room is black. Attack! Yeah, it didn't work. Okay, we're back here again. Guess we're gonna try hot. I have a beginning to think maybe there's no way out of this. Let's try blowing it up with a fireball. You cast a spell, throw it at fireball at it. It strikes, detonates in a shower of hot gloop and messy slime. The creature howls and wails. You wipe your face to find the entire thing has disappeared, leaving only slime. Take a moment to search the dark corners. For gold, rope ladder, few pebbles. Take everything. Okay. Well, we've got a rope ladder. I know what that'll be used for if I can find a frickin' source of light. You follow the narrow alley, which emerges into a wide square, filled with more of the same close-eyed creatures. Now, this monument. Have I figured out what to do with this monument? There is a circular rug. Well, that was a trap. Obviously. So we're back in the sewer. And we're going to try these. I guess we're going to try these goblins again. What spells do I have available? DP little g h m. Gack. We have the mask this time. So let's try that one. Little g a k. You cast a spell, whipping out the blast face mask. The goblins shake and quiver with fear. You are clearly a powerful being, the goblin leader declares. We will not trouble you. And with that, he waves on his army. They march off into the tunnel. Let them go. There are so many goblins, it takes several minutes for them to all pass by. Clearly, they could have had your neck if they so chosen. You have been lucky. At the rear are 2 goblin generals. How many more soldiers does the Mad King want? The first asks, and the second, as they pass your position. Thousands, the second replies and spits, but he'll get what he gets. That he will, the first agrees, testing his blade on his thumb. The 2 walk on, still talking and muttering voices. Pull out the compass and consult the needle. It spins around twice, then points at the depths of the tunnel away from where the goblins went. The Bachland tribes are ready, the first goblin general hisses. The second goblin makes a chittering noise, something close to a laugh. Ready to run through the city like a river of molten steel at a word from the king. Few words, the goblin replies, but I have learnt a few myself. Goblins are tramping away from up the sewer. Follow the goblins, head the other way. Well, my compass said go the other way. You turn and head down the sewer. The way seems to continue into infinite darkness, but the goblins must have come from somewhere. There is nothing else for it. You strike off along the sewer, hoping to find a way out. It is impossible to tell how much time has passed. In the world above, perhaps the sun has gone down and the stars have come out. But down here, all that you know is the people of Kare are still throwing their slops into grates. Water underfoot stinks, and the ducks above your head rain with thick filth. You reach a junction. Left or right? There's a bucket and a rope on a way out over there. I don't know. I'll go right. You splash through the water and your foot strikes something. The base of another wooden ladder sitting in a fork. Test it. You give the ladder a sharp tug and test its strength. The whole thing comes away in rotten splinters. There's no choice but to move on. If you keep walking, this tunnel must come out the other side of the wall. On Karhe, the goblins must have entered somehow. So, waterfall. Compass isn't giving me anything. Let's go to the dead end. Sewer forks again. A skeleton hangs from the metal. Skeleton's arms hang through the grill with the rest of the body on the far side. Looking closer, you see the wrists have been bound by decaying leather. You untie the poor creature, snapping his leather bonds easily. The current tugs at the skeleton and drifts away down the sewer beyond the grill, arms trailing out as if it were trying to swim. The grill itself is sealed and has no doorway. Why was the creature trying to reach through? Who was standing on this side to tie his arms in place? On a hunch, you look down in the filth at the bottom of the grill. Perhaps the creature was hiding something. And indeed, you find a small metal box, but it is nothing, just a tinder box for lighting fires. Once it dries out, it should be serviceable once more. Cool. Sewer continues for a distance, then ends. Thundering sound announces water nearby. Sewer folks are here. To the waterfall! You are standing at the foot of a waterfall. Examine. You must be below a river or a lake. This could be bad. Awesome! It wasn't bad. You move quickly before you are defeated. Deafened. Defeated. I was like, defeated by what? Climb in the walls. Make your way along the sewer. In the distance, you hear a dull groaning sound. You emerge into a small chamber where a knee-deep pool of sewage is collected. The liquid is bubbling, and as you watch, shapes rise from the water. Oh shit. It is the smooth hide of a slime eater. Oh shit. It roars, gobbing slime and goo at you. Well, I know hot works on it. Unfortunately, I don't have hot. We're gonna make it explode. You cast the spell, creating a powerful bolt of electricity in your palm, which you release into the folds of the slime eater's flesh. For a moment, it lights up like a bonfire, glowing bright green. Then the energy of the bolt dissipates into the water. The creature oozes and gasps, clearly weakened, but not yet defeated. So that's how you're gonna work it, huh? 3 stamina lost. Try again. There we go. 1 stamina lost. Best I can hope for. Slime eater sinks down into the muck. There's another tunnel. Further on, the sewer ends and a walkway opens to the right. You step gracefully out of the filth and muck into a low tunnel. Dead end. With a bucket. You arrived at a dead end, but there's light shining from above. You look up to see a hole in the roof of the sewer, and there's a rope with a bucket. Test the rope. Cannot believe your luck? Climb up. The first few feet are wonderful. Filth runs clear from your legs, but it's long and makes for hard work. Halfway up, you rest. You continue the climb. It takes about half an hour, but you eventually reach the top. You're indeed climbing out through a well in open air. You take a deep lungful, expecting crisp, fresh air, but you get stale and dusty. Where are you now? I don't know. I used a lot of stamina down there. And I am in the necropolis. I learned a secret, or a clue, but I don't know if it was worth much. Yeah, I already knew the goblins were massing for an attack. And I still don't know where to find the dead guy. Graveyard. I never did check the new gravestones. Leave the path for the oldest area of the graveyard in the corner of the old gravestones. A tree is split through a coffin. Search for goods. You search between the ancient headstones for offerings or grave goods left behind, but these tombs are hundreds of years old. There's nothing there. Here lies Lorag, founder of Kare. You feel the hairs on the back of your neck rise. Here is the grave of the man whose ghost you met at the gate. Look at the mausoleum. The tomb is simple stone cabinet carved with the likeness of a man. From centuries of rain and wind, you can make out nothing of it but a long, grisly beard. Below the inscription is a longer tablet, but is half weathered and covered in moss. Reading the inscription. You clear away the dirt from the carved inscription, but you still cannot make out the words, only trace their outlines with your finger. The eyes of the carved statue appear to be watching you. Make a rubbing. For a rubbing, you need some kind of charcoal to rub, and you have nothing to do. Examine the carved man. You look closer at the carved man, but notice nothing more. It is just an engraving of an old man in a serene death pose. If this really is the grave, chances are he did not quite die so peacefully. Open it! You open a crack, look for a crack, but find nothing. Presumably there was nothing here to seal. It would have, if there was anything to seal, it would have been gone already. Jump over the ring. Now we have a silver sword, so maybe we can take care of this goblin. The silver sword and a lot more stamina. Try to block it. Look around for something to block the door, but all that comes to hand is a skull. You place it in the gap. The door continues to move, and the skull is pulverized into powder. It seals with a bang. Yeah, I knew it was going to... I knew the skull wasn't going to do anything, but it was worth a shot. There are things. Light the tinderbox. You fumble for the tinder box and strike it. A spark flashes, but without any tinder, the flame cannot catch. You dig through your pack for something flammable. Fragments of paper are too small, but you have a scroll, a spell book. Burn my spell book! What is this Flayer's scroll? Before I burn it, let me see what it is. Tinderbox. Scroll. Scroll is written in a language you cannot read. Let's light the scroll. See what happens. Could be useful, though. Yeah, we're going to run around in the dark for a little bit. Feel for the stairs. Keep going. Clanking chains, moaning wind, some kind of machine. Strike the tinderbox. Okay. It's still not going to give me anything. Fight. Begin to choke. Do I have a prayer on me? I do. Is it worth it? Pray for healing. Don't need healing right now. So, struggle. And die. Alright. Set the scroll on fire. Begins to burn brightly, but won't burn for long. The spectral shape is gone. Make your way down the stairs into the dead earth. Well, if it was a spell, it's not anymore. You emerge into a large chamber lit only by the burning page. A coffin occupies the center of the room. Well, I need to do this quickly. You stride towards the coffin, then freeze. There's a sound of chains coming from inside. Push it closed, wait and watch. The lid is moving. You hang back, watching, and when you see a ghostly figure emerging from the alcoves of the room, it is a death wraith. Wielding a cruel hooked dagger and sliding mercilessly toward you. Let's see, what spells do I have available? T-H-K little G W little M. Tell. Wonder if it's intelligent. Let's try it. I'm gonna die. Tell. You put the skull cap and cast a spell of the thoughts of the creature and learn something to vanish, but you find nothing. You will die down here, the wraith whispers. Well, fuck it. Attack with a silver sword or a silver chain. Don't think the chain's going to have anything to catch on to. Why is my attack power so low? Because it's a dagger. Just fucking kill me already. Nine stamina lost. I was going to go back. Try the chain first. Maybe I can cast the beeswax spell on my sword. Now might be a good time for a kin. There is a K. Kin! Reaching into your pack, you pull out the gold-backed mirror and cast a spell. A moment later, it is as though the situation has gone from bad to worse. There are not one, but two death rays hover in the crypt. However, one of them is your duplicate and under your control. You order it to attack. You stand back and watch with bated breath. The fight between the two phantoms is like nothing you've ever seen. They stab with their identical hooked blades, but also tear at each other with fingers, teeth, crooks of their elbows, and the hems of their frayed rags. It is as though every wisp of cloth is a sharpened blade, and every touch causes injury. They are two perfectly matched. Neither is capable of luck or skill or ingenuity. Every blow made by one is mirrored by the other, and so piece by piece the two damaged figures tear each other to shreds until nothing remains. The crypt becomes as peaceful as the battle ends, but then there's a creaking sound that makes you look back at the coffin. It has opened, and a figure is rising up. Please let this be the guy I'm looking for. You watch as the figure takes shape, a very old man and no monster. Stranger, he declares in a quavering voice, his throat thick with dust and cobwebs, I am in a great debt to you. Now at last can my soul die in peace. Tell me quickly before I am lost, how may I repay you? You stare in amazement. This must be the fifth noble, Lord Shivna himself. Shinva. Hell yes. I have come to find out about the North Gate. You come looking in a strange place, then, the old man replies. The only gate down here leads to the underworld, and I have been denied it for a very long time. The old man is visibly crumbling in front of you. But you are Lord Shivna. The old man nods. I am, or I once was, once the fifth noble of the city, would you believe? He smiles without humor, only the ghost of a smile. And you, who are you? I'm from Analand. Shivna raises a dusty eyebrow. Analand? What interest does Analand have in the ways of Kare? His eyes are piercing and shrewd, despite there being no light behind them. Travel to the Balklands. I see, so you need to pass through the gate, and for that you must know the spell. Perhaps you know it already. I know which line the order the lines go in. Shinva laughs, a sound like crumbling ironwork. Of course, the final security. But Sansus was not a clever man. He gave our lines to us in the council chamber, which is in his circle. He started on his right with Titha, the seventh noble. I was next. The last was given to Maulus, the second noble. But tell me, what lies in the Balklands that Analan could want? I explore for myself. He looks curiously at you. Then I wish you well, though you will find nothing in the Balklands. Except the sun-baked death, or a waterlogged one. Trickles of dust rain from the roof of the crypt. Isn't he supposed to give me a line? Looking for the first noble of the city. Then I hope your mission is to kill him, the old man replies. First noble will bring this city to wreck and ruin. If that has not happened already, while I've been down here, tell me, and he grips your arm suddenly, does Kahe still stand? For now. He nods. You shall see what follows, perhaps. I will not. I met your fortune teller once, a woman named Circe, who showed me how Census would bring the city of fire and destruction. It was this knowledge that led to my fate, of course. Such is the way of fortunes. You're not going to tell me anything else. What can you tell me of the Balklands? Very little. Oh, but I remember one couplet which told to me in my crib. Will you hear it? Please. For sleeping of the sleepless ram, seek out the one they call the sham. Shivna shakes his ancient head. I could not tell you what the sleeping ram is, but perhaps it is advice and not mere nonsense. Your light flickers for a moment, threatening to plunge you into darkness. Farewell, my stranger. May your life and fate be better than mine. Finally, with a withered finger, he directs your attention to a gnarled rope that hangs down in one corner of the room. That controls a trap on the door, he declares with a groan. One new clue. Got the rope. You slash the rope with your sword. A heavy counterweight falls and shatters to the floor. Lord Shiva nods and drifts towards the coffin. I'll give you the last of my life to you, he whispers as he lies back into his grave. Feel a cold strength flooding your veins. Then you turn quickly and make your way upstairs. Well, I hope it was worth it. The paper in your hand goes out. You return through the door to the path, still shivering from your meeting with a ghost. Jump over the mushrooms. You avoid the ring of mushrooms as you leave. Outside, the night is falling. You do well not to linger here. Something scurries across your foot and is gone. We've still missed like half the city twice. So we're going to go back in time again. You return to the path gratefully and make your way to the far side of the graveyard. How did I get all my stamina back? Beside the gate is well used. I already climbed up the bucket. But we'll pull it up anyway. You turn the winch. It comes to the top. I don't need to drink it. My stamina is full. And I'd rather not risk anything. Alright, so we don't need to go back to the temple. Check the compass. It points to the imposing shape again. Interesting. But we've already been there. There's nothing new to learn there. So we're just going to go end this and go back in time and apparently lose a stamina point when we do it. Check the guard huts. Who goes there? Friend. The man does not respond. It's clear he's waiting for something. What proof do you require? Pulsing vein in the man's temple gives away his fear. Perhaps he has never killed before, but with a swift motion of a hand, he gestures to his dogs. They bound forward, two catching your wrists and slavering jaws, but holding them firmly. One flick of my finger, he says, voice shaking. I should have said the thing with Vic. And you'll never so much as lift a fork again. Now give me a straight answer. Are you with us or against us? I am with you. Then tell me the passphrase before I am forced to take the throat of a friend. We are definitely going to cast the spell that says how. No, not hot. All right, face mat. The mask. The mask. Which one's the mask? Skull cap. Tell. Please tell me I can use a tell. There is a T. E. L. Tell. Try to raise the spell, but with your hands gripped, the Warewolves cannot cast anything. Shit. I don't know it. So, he says you're late recruit to our cause. Well, it isn't too late. The fee to join us is, he pauses a moment, 26 gold pieces. I don't have that much. The man looks at you for a long moment, trying to decide if you're lying to him. Finally, he says, I'll take your money pouch. It's 5 fucking gold. But I'm going to fight him anyway. Spit at him. You spit on his boots in reply. Very well, then. You do not see the gesture. He kills me. Yeah, I should have said the thing with Vic. I know Vic. The man raised an eyebrow. I hear he's a dangerous man. But honorable. If he were here, that might mean something, man replies. A pulsing vein in the man's temple gives away his fear. Perhaps he has never killed before. Oh, shit. That didn't work. Well, I'm at full stamina. You struggle, using all your strength to pull free of the wolf's jaws. One arm comes free, but is not your sword arm. That is bitten through without a pause. Pain rockets up your shoulder. The man tips his head. I guess that makes you one of us now. What do you mean? You'll see. Then suddenly you drop to the floor. You feel your start to writhe. I turned into a werewolf. How do I get past this now? Fine. We'll stride forwards. Try to run. You stride forwards, footsteps crouching loudly on the gravel below. In a few minutes, you will have reached the edge of Kare. Something catches your eye. Movement in the shadows on both sides of the road. Torchlight. You break instantly into a run, pelting down the path as fast as you can. Something begins to chase you in the dark, but you hear another voice calling it back. After a few more strides, you fall back to a walk. North Gate is in sight once more, and the wolves in the trees are behind you. Alright, let's see what we can do with this gate. I don't know the spell. I can't cast a spell. It's not going to do anything. I only know 2 lines. It seems you are not successful, the wizard remarks. Will you try again? Yes. Choose your path with care. 18 stamina. So I want to go all the way back to this guy. Let's see if he gives me anything new now that I know about his ghost. I don't know if the ghost gave me anything I could use to talk to the ghost. The second time is no more pleasant than the first. The pain builds and then you explode outwards, teeth and skulls flying in all directions. You're back on the pass outside Kare in the twilight. As though the last 2 days had not occurred, except that you now know the layout of the city and the whole matter of the spell lines. Walk on. You have not seen a living soul once, except the dark figure raced across the hilltops. And that is where I'm going to end this one. We're going back for day 3. I'm sure this is not the most direct route in this game, and I have no idea where I'm going to find the last 2 spells, the last 2 lines. But we'll see what we get on day 3. See you next time.